Chicago.
Hey, Garrett, welcome to Chicago.
What's going on, KC? Thanks for having me, man.
All right. I had two questions off the jump, if you don't mind. The first of which is what appealed to you about this situation?
Honestly, those of y'all that have been here for a while, I played against Chicago for at least 4 times a year when I was in DC. So have been to the city multiple times as a competitor, have competed against the team, the organization a lot, and always loved the city. And then when Billy got the job, I've known Coach Donovan for a long time. We battled in college when I was at LSU and he was at Florida. And I have great respect for him. I found out that he also has great respect for me. And when he called me and told me that they were interested, it immediately became appealing from that regard. Then I love the roster. I think Zach is a budding superstar in this league. I love Wendell Carter. I've known Tomas since when he came to DC and did a workout for the Wizards before he got drafted. So, and obviously I know Otto from playing, and obviously Thad's a great vet in this league that can really still play. So all of these things coming to fruition. And I've known Artur since my time as a rookie in Houston. So it's a lot of different things that made this happen.
Cool. Thanks for that. And then I hate to be that guy, but this is a weird time for us all. Usually we'd be in the gym, so we'd probably have a better sense of what's going on. But it does look like you're not at the practice facility, and we're told the first practice of the year starts at 11. So is there a reason why that is happening?
Yes. You're very aware.
Every once in a while.
Right. I tested positive for coronavirus last Saturday, so about 9 days ago. And since then I've been quarantined here in the hotel. I am in Chicago. And I've done the contact tracing, and I'm pretty sure I know that I got it from a family member. I was in Louisiana, and during Thanksgiving, a family got together, and I believe I got it from a family member. Most of my family did not get it, which is good. My dad, my mom, nobody over 60, nobody with underlying conditions has it, which is great. So this is why my wife and my son are both negative, which is great. So that's where we are today. I'm past most of the symptomatic stages. I was symptomatic, and been talking to Chip and Todd and our doctor, Dr. Weber, about ways to when I can get back and ways to mitigate the symptoms.
Thank you for telling us that. We appreciate it.
No problem.
Good luck with everything.
Appreciate it, KC.
Thanks. Next, we got Cody Westerland with 670thescore.com.
Hey, Garrett. Once you do get back and healthy, just how do you kind of see yourself fitting in with this team, and what role have you discussed having with Billy Donovan and the rest of the squad?
What's going on, Cody? Nice to meet you, man.
Thanks.
That's one thing I've been able to do when I go to teams, just honestly fit whatever role the coach wants me to be in. That's been kind of my calling card since I've been in the league. And obviously coming here and helping Thad in terms of that veteran leadership role, I think that was one thing that appealed to them, that I appealed to them with. And then the ability to play multiple positions, the way the game is going, 1, 2, 3, even 4 is almost interchangeable nowadays. So the fact that I can guard 1s, 2s, 3s, sometimes in small lineups, 4s, I think I'll be able to do that. Be a guy that can knock down some shots on the perimeter. That savvy veteran that can make plays, just understanding the game. So like I said, with the talent that we have, the young talent that we have, I think I'll be able to mesh well, just integrating myself and being that Swiss Army knife.
Thank you.
Thanks, Cody. Next up, we've got Jamal Collier with the Chicago Tribune.
Hey, what's up, man? Welcome to Chicago. first off, if you don't mind sharing, what were you feeling symptoms-wise? You talked about with the positive test. What were you feeling, if anything, except for those symptoms that kind of popped up?
Yeah. So if y'all get a headache, I don't usually get headaches. So a headache, I was like, this is not normal. And then I've talked to other people, and the headache that was the biggest thing for me at first. And then there was some fatigue. The worst was the day I tested positive, and it was I just had a lot of fatigue. I just didn't have any energy at all. I haven't had really any loss of taste or smell. That's one of the things that people talk about. I haven't had that. Congested nose, not anything serious, anything crazy. What else? Cough, but it wasn't a cough that you would say I need to go to the doctor for. The shortness of breath is y'all live in Chicago, so anytime you work out or run when it's cold outside and you get that hollow feeling in your chest, that's the kind of feeling that the shortness of breath for me was. So I think those things were the main symptoms.
Yeah, glad to hear you passed that. Also, just the way I know you're on the part of the NBA PA, and just the way that you guys are going about, obviously without the bubble, trying to navigate this season. Just kind of, what are your thoughts on sort of how you guys came to that agreement? How you guys are going to sort of navigate the whole league and the team, just navigating this season? Trying to play and travel around the country as this pandemic kind of continues here.
Yeah, it's difficult, man. It's going to be hard. The onus is going to be on the players. We have to be smart about who we're around, but honestly about, wearing a face mask whenever. I feel like if I had a face mask on during my time with my family, I definitely would have mitigated the risk of getting it. So I think in this situation, the first 3 months we're going to be in Chicago. It's pretty cold out here, so I don't know how many guys are going to be going out anyway. But we got to just be aware of our surroundings, making sure, like we said, we adhere to the guidelines. Most of the guidelines that the cities have put out are good, and we have to just adhere to those. When we go on the road, guys really shouldn't be going out to lounges or bars. Try to order food in, order some room service. Just staying away from people, honestly, and bless you. And if you do, if you do have to be around people, make sure you wear a mask.
Thanks, appreciate it, man.
No problem.
Next, we've got Rob Schaefer with NBC Sports Chicago as well. Go ahead, Rob.
Hey, Garrett, good to talk to you, man.
What's going on, Rob?
Wanted to ask you said you're in Chicago. You mentioned some past relationships with guys on the team, coaching staff, front office. How much have you been able to be in touch with them, as you've been quarantining and things like that? Kind of how has this affected your acclimation process to the team?
Yeah, I think it's affected it. Obviously, haven't been able to be around the guys in the gym. But, Zach reached out to me, Otto, Thad. And I did see some of the guys when I went to go get tested the first time when I didn't know if I had it or not. So actually met the young fella Patrick, met my quote unquote twin Denzel Valentine. That was his words, not mine. But I've talked to Zach, I've talked to Thad, I've talked to Coach. Coach has hit me up a few times. We've gone through, I've watched some film. But that's the thing. The good thing about being a vet in this league is you understand a lot of the stuff, and going through the plays that we're going to be running, watching them on film. It's everything that I've seen before. So the acclimation on court won't be too difficult. Just got to get around the guys, get to know them, get to know their personalities, and try to mesh that way.
Do you have an idea of kind of when you might be able to get? I know you mentioned you're feeling better. Do you have an idea of when you might be able to get in person back in the facility and things like that?
Yeah, I'm thinking sometime in the middle of next week. What's today? Sunday, so the middle of this week. Hopefully, maybe Wednesday. That's what I'd be shooting for. Again, like I said, my symptoms. I think the symptoms need to be gone for sure for 24 hours before I can go in, and obviously add on to that the 10-day quarantine. So hopefully, if I don't have any symptoms by Monday or Tuesday, I can at least go in there and do a little something on Wednesday. We'll see though. That's all up to the staff, and I'm gonna do whatever they say.
And do you still have to test negative again then too, or
Yeah.
have you?
Yes, and also I have to have 2 negative tests before I can get back out there as well. So
Appreciate all that, man. Welcome to Chicago.
appreciate it, Rob.
All right, thanks, Rob. We're gonna go back to Casey Johnson with NBC Sports Chicago.
Yeah, me again. Hey, I know it's a speculative question, Garrett, but you, as you mentioned, you're a vet. You've been around the league for a minute here. So, and you've known Arturas and Billy for a long time. So clearly you had a perception of the Bulls last season. And really the only changes, I mean, you're one, but it's really you for Chris Dunn and Patrick Williams for Shaq Harrison. You've got 13 to 15 players back. So really the changes are management and the coaching staff. So speculative question, but how much better can this team be in your opinion?
I think we can be pretty good. I mean, I would challenge that. You have a Zach LaVine that's 1 year older. You have a Thomas Satoransky that's had 1 year as a starter, as is 1 year older. You got an Otto Porter that's going to be healthy. You know what I'm saying? Kobe White that's not a rookie anymore. You know what I'm saying? So like, people don't really understand. I think you would understand, and maybe that's what you were getting to. But 1 year in the league makes a lot of difference. A lot of difference, and not to mention the hunger that this team has, not being able to be in the bubble. The amount of time that the team had to be able to get back healthy, get their bodies right, going into a shortened season where you never know what can happen in terms of people coming down with the coronavirus or people just not being as in sync early on as other teams. So, and I think Billy has done a great job since he's been in the NBA of, using his talent the way that it needs to be used in order to try to win games. So I think, what you said, obviously, me and Patrick, who I've seen some film on, and I think he's going to be a really, really good player. If he reaches his full potential, watch out. And I think he was probably the sleeper in the draft. Nobody expected him to go that high, I don't think. And Arturas has an eye for talent. Obviously, we've seen that in the places he's been. So I think the combination of those things allows us to definitely be a better team than we were last year.
Thanks.
All right, looks like that's all we've got for you today, Garrett. Thanks for taking the time to talk to some of our folks here.
No problem. Appreciate y'all having me. Hey, Sam, Charles, see some faces I know.
Hey, Garrett, thanks for being honest with us about your situation, and best of luck for your health, man.
Oh, for sure, man. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Garrett.
Take care. Thank you.
Yeah, if you guys, we're looking at like a noonish, so stay ready. Yeah, and then